Hi, this is Chris Hicks. It's currently October 11th, and today I made my triumphant return to the public participation portion of the Claremont County Board of County Commissioners meeting. And I got to use these super cool cards that my wife made that have the top 10 unanswered questions or evaded questions, as well as the 4 phases of the swamp that we have been through so far. We're going to get to that video in just a second. I want to make a quick comment or two about the events of yesterday. Yesterday, my lawyers filed a federal lawsuit against Claremont County, Commissioner David Ubel, the CVB, and the Sheriff's Office. In addition, State Attorney General Mike DeWine issued an opinion that the service of our county auditor, Linda Fraley, on the Convention and Visitor Bureau Board and Executive Committee over the last 5 years has been improper. To put it in perspective, the CVB gets about $700,000 a year in taxpayer revenue that comes through Auditor Fraley's office. That's about $3.5 million worth of taxpayer revenue that went through the CVB, an organization that claims to be independent and therefore no public records, open meetings, or public procurement laws are being followed. Today, the Cincinnati Enquirer, Cincinnati.com, came out with an article about the events of yesterday. And in it, it talks about the Attorney General's opinion that Auditor Fraley's service on the CVB Board and Executive Committee have been improper. And I just got to read a quote from Auditor Fraley. She says, quote, "This is no reflection on my job as county auditor. I'm going to run again next year." So, when faced with an opportunity to call for a forensic audit of the CVB for those 5 years so we can all know for sure what was going on, to open the books transparently, she takes a pass and instead sees an opportunity to let us all know that she's running up for office again next year. I just find it ludicrous, people. We need a forensic audit of the CVB now more than ever, now that we have the Attorney General's opinion that the service has been improper. And by the way, there's 3 more Attorney General opinions that are forthcoming that are not yet out per their office. One last comment I want to make about this article. There's a nice quote in here from our sheriff, Stephen Leahy. I just want to make a comment that I consider Sheriff Leahy to be a man of great integrity. I respect him completely. He is the kind of person we need in our county and in our Republican Party. I'm part of the Republican Party. And I just appreciate his comments, and I want to tell everybody out there that I think the sheriff is a great, upstanding man, and I support him completely. Now let's get to the video of what happened today during the public participation period. Thank you. I'm glad to be here. I'm Chris Hicks from 444 Woodward Court, Cincinnati, Ohio. And I just want to start out by saying that I think that 99.99% of citizens that would have been silenced if they were subjected to what I've been subjected to over the last few months. So for all those people who feel like they are ignored, they are dismissed, or that their government seeks retribution against them for stating their positions and opinions, I'm here. So what I want to do is I want to very quickly address 2 things. What I think are some unanswered questions, and then I'm going to talk about the progress of where we are right now. So what I have here is I made these cards to help us. So I have here, I'm going to cover the top 10 questions that I think you, our swamp leaders, are still evading relating to the hotel tax and the CVB. Question 10. Why can't we have a government-free CVB that actually consists of travel industry professionals and business owners? Question 10. Question 9. Why was anyone paying a lobbyist to slip a tax into the budget on behalf of the county in the dark of the night if it was a good deal and it was supported by all? Question 8 on my top 10 list of questions that I think are unanswered. How many contracts has the CVB made using $3.5 million in taxpayer money controlled by the county but not following meeting, record, or procurement rules? That's question 8. Question 7 on my top 10 list of questions that are unanswered. And why is there a secret county-controlled CVB executive committee that can spend public money without political, public, or CVB board oversight? Question 6 on the top 10 list. Why did Commissioners Painter and Humphrey not just vote on it in public, but instead kept secret a plan to raise taxes, issue debt, and subsidize pro sports? Question 5 in my top 10 list. How could Commissioner Ubel be uninvolved while threatening an hotelier, engaging a lobbyist, the landowner, and Representative Green, and being the CBB Executive Committee member? Question 4 on my list of top 10. Who made, who saw, and who hid the secret February 2017 document on CBB letterhead outlining the FC Cincinnati tax and debt plan in detail? Question 3. Who made, who saw, and who saw the February 2017 fake list of supporters of the tax and debt for pro sports scheme, and why did they keep it quiet when they found out it was a fraud? Question 2 in my top 10 list of unanswered questions. Who paid for the secret 2016 Ubel birding trip to Atlanta, and what other hidden trips and interactions took place? And finally, question 1 on my top 10 list of unanswered questions. Was Ubel in the closed-door portion of the Port Authority Board meeting on February 15, 2017, where a source in the meeting told me he presented the scheme? So those are my top 10 questions, and that's really what the main part of what I wanted to cover. I want to conclude by just laying out, now that we're at the point we are in the progression of these events, where I think we are in this and where I think we're going. So I have here the 4 phases of this swamp saga. The 4 phases of the swamp saga that's been revealed by what started with the secret hotel tax. Phase 0. Phase 0, gentlemen, is doing sketchy stuff you want to keep secret. What kind of sketchy stuff? Secret trips. Take over the CBB. Secret CBB Executive Committee. Secret list of supporters that was a sham. Okay? That's phase 0. You want to keep that stuff secret. Phase 1. Phase 1. This is when people started asking questions, and I put down being disingenuous, hiding information, threatening, and demonizing. So this was kind of June. This was kind of June, when there were promises of meetings that didn't take place, and the hope, I think, was it would all blow over the summer and just go away. Then we moved to phase 2. Phase 2 consisted of inaccurate minutes, deleted video, and removal from meetings. So I asked questions. I think I asked legitimate questions. I think I just went through 10 legitimate questions. And what happened was there was a need to try to kibosh the questions and kibosh the content and answers to those questions. But it got worse. It got worse. We moved into phase 3. The guy keeps asking the questions we won't answer, so we got to get him out of the meetings entirely. So in phase 3, there was an attempt at criminal charges against me, and there was a protection order to keep me out of meetings and to be unable to petition my government. And now, we're moving into phase 4. And I want to read this one. It says, my ongoing quest for clean and open governance. I'm not going away. We deserve clean and open government. You guys should be accountable. I put down here, my army of one versus your pride and threats to hoteliers, secret tax and debt schemes, subsidizing pro sports, hiding secret trips, using fraud to slip it in, blocking dissent, evading real questions, and looking the other way. So let me conclude with this last chart. And with respect to you guys, this is not, I don't want, the top part of this, I don't want to be, you feel it's aimed at you, because you did not say these things. But I put here, this is my summary. So why don't we address whether I am a volatile, toxic, disingenuous, nefarious, harassing, delusional, textbook psychotic, whose friend is a terrorist, right after you guys come clean. Answer real questions and drain this swamp. We can have a better county, we can have a better leadership that is focused on respect for the citizens, not trying to demonize citizens in secret plots that they have behind the scenes. Thank you, gentlemen. I truly appreciate the opportunity to present to you.